All right, we will go ahead and get started here. I want to start by thanking you for joining us for our webinar, Newline and Corporate, just a panel comparison. My name is Connor. I am one of the trainers here with Newline. I also have Agata Gorzela on as well. She is another one of our trainers that helps out on the West Coast. And today for our webinar, what we'll be doing is just walking you through a little bit about Newline as a company, some of our products, as well as we'll do a little bit of a deeper dive into our X series and our RS series, which are our most popular panels. Now, before I do that, I want to point out that this session is being recorded. It will be uploaded to YouTube later on if you want to check this out. Also, if you have any questions as we go along, there is a Q&A feature within Zoom. Please ask your questions in there so everyone else is able to see those. So as far as Newline goes and our company, there are two main things that we focus on. The first is that we want to be the easiest to use. We want someone to, walk in, turn our panel on, and immediately find a whiteboard, find their computer, be able to navigate easily without having to worry about extra, things that they need to add on to our panels to use them. We also focus on being non-proprietary. So in the nicest way possible, we don't care what people are using on our panels. Now you can use any video conferencing platform that you want to. That video conferencing platform is running on your computer. That computer could be our onboard computers that can come with your panel, could be a MacBook, a connected Windows device. You could even be using a Chromebook and your video conferencing platform on those, plugging it into our panel and using it from there. If you have specialized software, even that might come from some of our competitors, as long as you, again, have it on that computer and connected to the panel, you can use it as well. So we play with everyone in that sense. I mentioned, we've got our panel. We really focus on having it being easy to use, but we know not everyone knows technology. So to help out with that at Newline, we provide free training. When the world isn't the way it is, we do provide on-site as well as webinar-based training. So we have 4 trainers that cover the United States and help provide that training for free. There is no limit to the training. So, whether you buy a unit, now and you need training, we can take care of that. Or if you have a panel that's about 6 years old and you still have it turning on, we can come and train you on that as well. So there is no limit to the training there. A couple of things that make Newline a little bit different than some of the other panel companies out there. The first is the fact that we are the manufacturer. So when it comes to what our panels look like and what they do, we have full control over that. We also have full control over inventory. So even in times like these, we have 3 warehouses across the country that have about 15,000 panels amongst them that are ready to go. So we never have any issues as far as inventory goes. We also have, like I mentioned, the local warehouses that can help out. We are based in Plano, Texas. We have a warehouse here as well. So you're going to get US-based support, our technical support. They're based in our headquarters. Reach out to them at any point, whether that's a phone call or an email, and you're going to get a human being that's going to answer the phone and provide support to you from there. Now, in the very rare instance that, something is wrong with the panel as far as a manufacturer's defect, it is technology, things happen. For our corporate customers or anything except for education for us here, you have a 3-year advanced replacement warranty. What that looks like is we always, go to our technical support first, check out if it's a setting, maybe that's going on with your computer that's kind of causing an issue. But again, if we determine that it is then, a panel defect, we will send you a brand new unit. It will not be a refurbished unit, but it will be brand new. And we're going to take care of the shipping on it. Once you need that replacement unit, we'll take care of the shipping to get it there. but then you have that old unit that you need back. We just ask you put it back in the box, and then we will take care of shipping to it, return it to us. So that is just a brief summary of what Newline as a company kind of stands for here. Next, I just want to transition into sharing with you some of our different products. So we have here on the left side on my PowerPoint, as well as the panel that I am demonstrating on here, is the X Series. Now the X Series is our only panel that comes with a camera and microphone built in. So you can see that there is both a camera on the top as well as the bottom that can be utilized depending on your need. You know, if everyone's sitting down for a meeting, maybe we want to use the lower camera so everyone can see us, but maybe we want to use the top camera because we all need to be a little bit further apart from each other, spread out throughout a conference room. So either one of those can be utilized. Also, across the top, and I know you guys can't see those, I can see them pretty close, but there are microphones built in. These have echo reduction, noise cancellation. They are rated to be about 25 feet away. Someone can be speaking and the panel will pick it up as well. But if there's people in that room, you know, maybe we're gonna go 15 feet as well. So again, that's gonna be the X Series. It's gonna have the camera and microphone built into it. The X Series is also our only panel that comes with an onboard computer. We call it an OPS. And there is just a little slot in the back of all of our panels that allow for a little Windows computer to go in the back. It's really nice because it makes your panel and your computer an all-in-one solution. So while you can connect the computer to the panel and utilize it, it's nice to just have kind of everything built right in there. Now that onboard computer, I can show you what one looks like here. It's just like this, where I actually just pop it in. And you know, if I have this panel for a number of years and I need to replace the computer, well, I just take this out and put a brand new one in there. You don't have to get a brand new panel just to be able to switch out that computer. So again, that is the X Series. We typically see this, you know, in conference spaces because you want to do video conferencing and the camera and the microphones are built right in. On the right side, we have the IP Series. Now, the IP Series is a little bit different than our other panels because the IP Series is going to have a Linux-based operating system. So this means that it doesn't have a custom-built Android operating system like our other panels have. Agata and I will kind of walk through some of those things in a little bit, but the IP Series does not have that. So if you have any security conscious customers, this might be a good solution for you. The reason being is it has no network card, so you don't actually connect the panel to the network. You connect your own computer that you manage to the network. You just happen to use it on this giant touch screen. Also, the IP Series is going to utilize capacitive touch, which is similar to your smartphones. So it uses electrical impulses for the touch experience. That's just going to give you a different touch experience between some of our panels that use an IR sensor. We also have the VN Series. Our VN Series, we do have a couple of those left, but they are coming end of life. But they have the same interface as the X Series. It just doesn't have a camera and a microphone built into it. We also have the RS Series, which Agata is going to show all of you in a second here. The RS Series is probably one of our most popular panels, I would say, just because of its versatility. It has some built-in features like casting, broadcasting, some nice things that can help other devices connect to the panel as well. And again, that's going to be our most popular. It is used in education, corporate, government, all of those different verticals that you have. And then lastly, we have the NT Series. The NT Series is different than all of our panels because NT stands for non-touch. So we have customers that enjoy working with Newline, but they don't need a touch device for every environment. they need some, digital signage, or they just need to be able to display the content on the panel on some other, TVs that are in the room. So that's why they like the NT series. It also has that slot for the onboard computer. It has built-in casting. It has broadcast, all of those things built right into it. It just doesn't have touch. This also follows that 3-year advanced replacement warranty that you might not see at some of your big box stores as far as that goes. So again, those are just our 5 different panels that we have. Now I'm just going to walk you through another piece of software that is included with your purchase of the X series before Agata gets queued up, which this is your cue, Agata. So the X series, as I've mentioned a couple of times here, it has that built-in camera and microphone. I do want to just show you what the interface looks like, because Agata's going to show hers in a second. You'll just see some of the differences. So here at the bottom left, we have the Windows button. That's going to be a shortcut to my onboard computer. I have the connection button, where if I had an external device connected to my panel, I'd get a little live preview here showing me what it is. So that really helps with transitioning between, your own computer and the panel. We also have a built-in whiteboard. So if you have some people that you just need to make a quick note, you don't need to actually use your computer. You can easily walk up to the panel and immediately start annotating. Now, as far as what I'm using to annotate, I'm using a mechanical pencil. Now, the panel does come with a stylus, but I tend to lose things occasionally, so that is why I'm just using a mechanical pencil. Agata, I know she enjoys using a chopstick from her lunch occasionally. Anything plastic or wood will work on the panels. But it also has object recognition, so I just walk up, start writing. I need to erase. I just use the back of my hand to be able to erase. So it makes things very simple and easy to use in that sense. We also have a gadgets folder, has a couple of built-in features. We've got a browser. We have our Newline broadcast. Agata's going to talk about that in a second, so I won't steal her thunder. But we also have something called Newline display management. This is our MDM that we provide for free when you purchase our panels. So if you have a larger deployment and you want to be able to manage all of those devices just from a web portal from your office, you can connect those panels. You can send out updates. You can send out applications. You can send out emergency notifications, or you can just get, analytics about your different panels as well. Then lastly, we have the file viewer. This allows for you to open up different files that you might have that, again, you don't want to use a computer, but you want to be able to open that content up. Now, as far as that piece of software that I wanted to mention, it is called Newline Launch Control. And what it does is it allows kind of like a one-stop shop of I walk into a meeting space and I need to use, 1 or 2 applications, and our IT team decides that they don't want me to have freedom on the panel. Here I am. This is what I can use. And so again, I can walk in, and if I need to start up Zoom, I can touch on Zoom, and you can see that it's going to go ahead and launch that. It integrates with Zoom, Teams, WebEx. We are working on some of the Google integration with Meet and other video conferencing platforms as well. Now, when I exit out of Zoom, you'll see it brings me right back here. So I can't go exploring and adding new things to my computer. I'm locked down in this space. There's also the room calendar on the side. This is really helpful because if you're using a shared space, you want to know who is using the room at a certain time. So you can see that I have a meeting in a couple hours here that is listed. It never provides the actual title of your meeting because obviously there's sensitive information out there, but it will just label whoever's meeting it is. And you can set this up a couple of different ways. But you'll notice that on the right side, next to where it says Ellen's meeting, it's actually the logo for Zoom. So if I, in one day, had 3 meetings, one is Zoom, one is Teams, and one is WebEx, they will have the little logo at the bottom there, so I can just touch on that and it will launch it. I don't have to worry about going through the different apps and links to log in. Now, to take that a little bit further, that room calendar is just a general calendar. You know, anyone walks by, they can see that I have a meeting. It's not necessarily specific to me. So you see that QR code at the bottom there. Now, if I were to scan this QR code, it's going to open up an application called Newline Launcher. This integrates with Office 365. Soon it will integrate a little bit more with Google here. But now you can see I'm now logged in, where I can touch on my calendar and I can look at the meetings that I have today. And I can launch it right from there, or with the application, I also have the ability to launch it as well. So if I'm running down the hallway, I can go ahead and launch it and it will start up for me. So again, with the X Series, Newline Launch Control is included for the first year. After that, there is a subscription fee that you can find more information out from your Newline sales representative. And if you don't know who that person is, feel free to reach out to me. My email is down there and I will connect you with the right people. Now with that, I'm going to go ahead and let Agata go ahead and share her screen here, and she will share with you the RS Plus.
Thank you, Ellen. Did you want to go ahead and answer a quick question that popped in through our Q&A?
Oh, yes. Thank you. So there was a question, is the glass technology Flat Frog in glass? Yes, the X Series, it is in glass technology. Thank you. All right. So again, Agata is getting the RS Plus fired up. She's going to share a couple of the great things with the RS series. Again, one of our more popular panels.
Yes. Hello, everybody. So my name is Agata. I am another one of our product trainers at Newline. Ellen and I like to tag team our webinars because it makes it a little bit more fun. Thank you, Ellen, by the way, for mentioning my chopstick, which, yes, I do have. And no, I did not use it for lunch today. It is a clean chopstick. It is a clean chopstick, okay? But yes, you can use whatever you want with our displays, except for the IP, which of course is that capacitive touch display. It does have a special pen that comes with it. But so Ellen showed you guys what I like to call, well, I stole this from a friend of mine, but what I like to call the Tony Stark display, right? Your X Series has the integrated cameras, microphones, looks pretty shiny and fancy. The RS is something that I like to refer to as our workhorse. So the RS does not have the integrated microphones up top. It does not have the cameras. It does still have two front-facing speakers. So it does still have the audio portion, but does not have the bells and whistles of the X Series. So it is a little bit different. This panel is definitely our most popular line. You can put it into conference rooms where maybe you already have some kind of AV system in place. If you already have external cameras that you're using, maybe a really nice PTZ camera, you can absolutely put that on top of your display, plug it in. It is non-proprietary. It works with everything. So Ellen was mentioning that ease of use aspect. You want people walking into the conference room to be able to use these with no training, even though we do provide that free and limited training. You want people to just be able to plug and go, right? If I walk into the room and I see this, I can kind of figure out where I'm going just right off the bat, right? On the right side here, I do have my navigation pane. This is kind of akin to the connections button that Ellen was showing on the X. The navigation pane shows me anything that I have plugged in. So right now, you guys will notice I have a built-in PC. I have that slot-in PC that Ellen was showing off earlier. It's plugged into the back of my RS series there. It's going to give me a live preview of whatever's on that screen. I tap a second time, and it's going to take me into that source. If I have people hardwiring their own laptops in, let's say they have sensitive information that they want to display, grab an HDMI cable and a USB, just like with the X. You can plug that in. It'll pop up in one of these other sources, and I can go to that really, really easily. I don't have to guess. You no longer have to sit there like you do at home with your remote hitting the source button 13 times, trying to figure out which HDMI you're on. It'll actually tell you on the pane here. So we do have our other applications here on the left. Top left corner is that Windows button, just like you have on the X Series. It'll take me to the built-in PC. Second button that I want to talk about is screen sharing. Now, screen sharing, again, works with any device, just like our displays do. You can plug in anything. Screen sharing you can use with any device. So if you have a MacBook, a Chromebook, a Windows PC, you can actually do it directly through an internet browser. You don't need to download anything. On my mobile device, this is an Android phone that I have in my hand. I will go to my Display Note app that I have downloaded. Same with the iOS, so iPads and iPhones. You will need the Display Note app. But if you go to that link, it'll actually tell you download or connect via web. So two-step process. I love our screen sharing application because it's so simple. Literally tells you, hey, open the app or go to displaynote.com/join. Put in your session ID. I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but here is my application. Two-step process. Ask for my session ID 276538. I'm going to put in my name. I'm going to hit connect. Oh, Ellen is making my next point for me. So if you guys notice, Ellen is already connected to my display, as am I. How's that possible? I'm standing in Orange County, California. Ellen is in her home in Texas. How is she able to connect to my display? Newline Cast is a cloud-based solution, meaning you don't have to be on the same network. You don't even have to be in the same place. So it is sending the signal up to the cloud. It is coming down to my panel. You'll notice Ellen is already connected with her device. Beautiful thing about Newline Cast is it also has a moderator mode built in, meaning if I don't want Ellen to present, she can't take over my display. I would actually have to select on her name and hit invite to present. I can also disconnect her from here. So you have the ability to invite anyone you want to present. Now on my screen, it's telling me to share my screen. I'm going to hit share. And here we are. This is my Android phone that we are looking at. I'm going to show everybody a picture of my dog because he's adorable. Once I'm here, if I need to present or talk about something that's being presented, let's say I have a guest walk in for a meeting, they're on their Windows device, they screen share. Now we need to talk about whatever plans they have up here or maybe some budget items. I can touch that top button on my display. My toolbars have an annotation button at the very top, brings up my whiteboarding tools. And now I have the ability to write all over this. My dog's name is Willie. He is adorable. And we're good to go. So you have the ability to annotate on anything at any time, even when it's being shared via the screen sharing app. And you can do this with any device, regardless of where you are. I'm going to go back to my menu and hit home here. You'll notice Ellen is still connected. Ellen, is there anything you want to present?
No, I'm okay.
Just wondering if there's anything you want to show off, right? But you can do this with any device. Screen sharing is super easy. You don't have to be on the same network. You don't have to worry about security, people having to log into your Wi-Fi or anything like that. So we do have our built-in Newline Cast. Our screen sharing button makes it easy to find. And then in the gadgets, we also have the Newline Broadcast. Ellen mentioned this briefly when she was talking just a second ago. Broadcast does the exact opposite of Newline Cast. So instead of me taking my device and throwing it up here, it's going to allow me to take whatever's happening on my display and put it directly in front of me on whatever device I'm on. So if you have a large conference room, you have a big conference room with a lot of different space, and you have people all spread out because right now we got to be 6 feet apart, right? So everybody's super spread out. Maybe they can't see the screen very well, but they have their own laptop in front of them, their Surface or their iPad. If you open up Broadcast and go to displaynote.com/broadcast, enter in this ID, they will be able to see whatever's happening on the screen. So instead of them having to squint, maybe somebody can't see very well, they can actually see that directly in front of them. No matter what source I'm in, no matter where I am on the display, whatever's happening here is going to be presented to my audience as long as they're connected. You can have up to, I believe, 40 people connected to this at the same time. So you can have multiple people viewing your screen from the display. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my broadcast because I don't need it running. Again, this is a cloud-based solution, meaning they don't have to be on the same network. They don't have to have your Wi-Fi password to be able to log into this. And again, it's a two-step process. Simplicity is key, right? If it's hard to use, nobody's going to use it. So we're going to make it simple. I'm going to go ahead and stop my broadcast. So I did want to bring up screen sharing and Newline Broadcast. The RS does have the same features that the X series has as far as whiteboarding, the browser, and the connection to Google Drive. But most of our corporate clients are living in their Windows PCs. So I didn't want to talk about one cool tool that we have So I'm going to jump back to that Windows 10 PC. In any Windows 10 computer, you have the ability to get Microsoft Whiteboard, which is a fantastic whiteboarding solution. If you go to your taskbar and right-click, this is on any Windows 10 machine. It doesn't have to actually be on the display. There's a Show Windows Ink Workspace button right here. Down here at the bottom, it pops up as a little pen with a squiggly line. I'm going to touch on that and hit Whiteboard. It's going to go ahead and open up Microsoft Whiteboard for me. Now, Ellen mentioned the object recognition that she was showing off with the writing and erasing. So the object recognition is built into the panel, but it's also built into this particular program, which is why I like it so much. I can write, I can erase, and I also have an endless scroll. So I can scroll forever. Microsoft Whiteboard is great for corporate customers because you can insert things like PDFs. You can insert images. You can insert PowerPoints directly into this whiteboard so that you can discuss. You can add collaborators and share this out with other people in your contacts list. So if I need to share this whiteboard with somebody after my meeting, I can invite them in right here. Let's see, I'm going to find Ellen Connor right here. I can add her in and send her an invite, and she'll be able to collaborate on that whiteboard with me. So this is just one of the cool tools that I specifically like for our corporate clients, just because the RS has that object recognition built in, so does the X series, and this just makes it seamless to use a whiteboarding solution with our displays. So that's a little bit on the RS. Ellen, is there anything else that you have to say for us?
I was just going to answer a question. There was a question about, is DisplayNote a product of Newline or another vendor? So DisplayNote, our Newline Broadcast, Newline Cast, our display management, as well as launch control, we have a partnership with DisplayNote, and they have developed those products specifically for our panels.
Yes, correct.
So with that, I do want to know if anyone else has any other questions that we can help answer for you. We'll give a minute here.
Oh, it looks like
All right.
no more questions.
We got a thumbs up. Thank you very much for that. All right. Well, again, I want to thank everyone for joining us for our webinar. Thank you, Agata, for joining me. It's always more fun with you. But if you have any questions about some of the things we covered, or you're interested in knowing more about Newline, please reach out to either your Newline sales representative or myself, webinars@newline-interactive.com, and I can help point you to the correct people. Have a great rest of your day.